this is a bull market. We've got X-ray vision on what the investors are doing, and it's bullish. The next major event is... I got into Bitcoin in 2013, kind of coming from a tech background, startups, always into tech and data, and that's what appealed to me in Bitcoin, more the tech side of things. And as I sort of delved past all the tech, we had this blockchain, and I started looking into what was, data in there, trying to draw conclusions from it, and that ended up becoming a field in its own right. I started in on-chain analysis in 2016, kind of put out some of the first on-chain indicators like NBT. So it was 2016, early 2017. That's how new this whole field is, and now something like 4, 5, 6 companies dedicated providing this kind of data to investors now. When we're looking on chain, it's really a look into the fundamentals. It's the fundamentals of what investors are doing with their capital. You can see them come in, you can see their movements, you can see the age of coins, you can see, new people coming in to buy or new people selling, and you can draw kind of conclusions. Like if you see a whole lot of new people selling into a dip in a bull season, you kind of know that those are the weak hands being shaken out. If you see a whole lot of old hands selling all of a sudden, then that's a little bit more serious because they're more experienced. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at in on-chain. It's looking at these fundamental movements in capital from real people. There's so many different metrics you can look at, and I find some more predictive than others, and others certainly lagging. It's that constant search of finding the leading indicators. I think, on-chain's really, it's, there's short, medium, and long-term on-chain indicators. And some of the highest value you can get as an investor is the longer-term stuff, because you want to know when is a good time to enter and when, it's probably highly risked and worth taking some money off the table. And so the macro long-term indicators of on-chain is very useful. And whether or not you call that predictive, you might just say, look, things are getting dicey here because our on-chain models are saying that this is where the fundamentals are and this is where the price is. And when you do the ratio between the two, things are very highly speculative in a, almost mania phase. And that kind of stuff is interesting. It doesn't say the price is going to crash and go even higher, but it can tell you your risk you're carrying is high, and it might be worth de-risking a bit. And so that's kind of the more macro side that's super useful. And then you can kind of get into the shorter time frames like demand and supply that's happening over the week to week. And that stuff, it's still pretty reliable, but it's not going to be perfect because it's based on interpretation. It's based on these are markets, anything can happen. Right now the big story is like, when does this accumulation band pop? It sounds almost funny, if you talk to people on crypto Twitter, because everyone's so bearish, saying we're in a bear market, and I'm like, this is a bull market. There's no mistaking this. Like, we've got X-ray vision on what the investors are doing, and it's bullish whilst price is sliding downwards. And I think the next major event is when the fundamentals squeeze the price action, and we break out of this, what I'd call a reaccumulation band, right in the middle of a bull market, like a bearish shock that is now being shrugged off. So that's the next thing I'm looking for. And then typically, once, we usually get a few pullbacks within a bull run. This is a really weird one, a whale powered pullback. But after that, I'm really interested in seeing how the tail end of this bull market develops, because this bull market is, it's structured unlike any I've seen before. And the market of, the whole market is completely different. We've got very well developed futures and derivatives and options. And now we've got, large ETF instruments. And we've got a lot of leverage in the system, BlockFi, these kind of loans, and a lot of hidden leverage like that. So it's getting it's become a more complex beast. And I think we've already seen the way the price is moving in this epoch, this halving epoch, 4-year cycle. It's unlike anything. It's not smooth. It's lopsided, volatility all over the place, and I'm just really interested in seeing how that structures later on. I'm not predicting, waiting for some event in the end of the year. I'm more like using on-chain as a map to try and get a grasp of what exactly is happening in the market. And I have no idea what's going to happen in the fourth quarter. We've got it's kind of a wait and see and figuring it out as it comes.